this lecture, I would like to present the whole system in different way. You know the science of quantum mechanics. The quantum mechanics is a science of photons, electrons, atoms, behavior that actually defy the everyday experiments. And recently, in 2025, in physics, three persons, John Clark, John Martinis, and Michael Dvorak, got Nobel Prize in quantum mechanics. They said that particles can move through the tunnel, and that can be seen with the naked eye in the macro system, that is mechanical circuit. You can see that. So this system not only is invented in one day. There is definitely a chain of works. And here I would like to mention one name, that is the Brian Josephson. He actually experiment the thing that particle can move through a tunnel from one superconductive to another superconductive system without considering the insulator. And this is actually based on the BCS theory. In BCS theory, a Cooper pair is considered, and particles, form Cooper pairs and they move without resistance. On that basis, Josephson, with an example, I can clarify the concept. If there is a water in a tank and that water is separated by a thin glass, and that water molecule can pass through the glass, and there is a possibility of passing through the tunnel, and that is the matter of concern, that is the matter of analysis, that is the matter of discovery in quantum mechanics. And why this type of situation actually happens, and this is nothing but for the coherence concept. Coherence is a state, is a quantum situation, or you can say it is a inner strength, because each and everything actually is generated from a single power, single source, single waves. And if there is a difference in the phases, only at that time classical physics, that is the individuality, emerges in the system. So the particles passes through the tunnel is just because of coherence, and this is the fundamental idea behind the John Clark, John Martinis, and Michael Dvorak's understanding of quantum physics. So I would like to say something more here, and you find that in medical science, no medicine is required for curing the disease, because disease actually arises just for decoherence. The system of waves, the single waves, as far as we deviated from that system, we suffer from diseases. And if it is possible, and through meditation or other things, if we get involved in coherence mental state, then we will be able to connect with the main energy, the cosmic wave. And in this way, we can get back our system balance, that is the coherence, and disease will disappear. So this is the science, this is the quantum mechanics. And just from the outside of the system, you cannot cure the system. If you consider the human economy, human body, the economic structure of the human body, the same thing happens as you can find in the real world, the subjective economics. Here, I would like to mention 3 names I could remember at this moment. That is the Romer, Arrow, and Lucas. These are the economists. They actually endogenous based theory, actually, came in the periphery of the surface, and they have a good contribution in endogenous theory. And endogenous theory is nothing but the coherence system. The system, where the problems could be solved in the same within itself, not from outside. You can get the stimulus from the outside by taking the foreign aid. The system can be stimulated, but if you consider the long run equilibrium, long run growth, then only the system should be powerful within. So education, intelligence, institutions, all are functioning in the same tune, then you can find the coherence. You can find the coherence, and real growth will come out from this system. If now you consider with an example, I could say one thing, that if you drop a stone to the pond one by one in same phase, then you can find a very good balanced ripples. But if the phases are different, there will be a chaos. In our cell, in our human body, there is trillion cells. And if in that cells the coherence is disturbed by anything, and then that is a reason for disease. And if we able to make the system coherent, then we can remove the disease from our body. We can cure the disease from our body. So system, this individuality, the matter, the individuality, the energy, all actually generated due to the decoherence. The whole system, whatever we find, is a result of decoherence. In the photosynthesis, you can find the same things. The chlorophyll actually coherently make foods in the plant. In case of normal bulb and laser light, you can find the same thing, that is the decoherence and the coherence understanding. In laser light, the coherence is there, and all the photons actually behave synchronously, and there is a very, very little difference in phases. So the power of laser light is very, very high, and it can be used in fields in that. And the coherent system you can find in the MRI, that is recently used in medical science, magnetic resonance imaging system. So coherence in quantum physics is when particles lose their individuality and act as one unified wave. Coherent quantum states in nature generate structure, stability, and intelligence within the systems, not from the outside. Coherence arises from the fundamental property of quantum reality. Everything is connected through the same wave function. So, I could conclude in such a way, each and every problem, each and every imbalance, each and every decoherence, if you consider the quantum mechanics, would be solved within the system, not from the outside of the system.